Welcome in to the Brookes Bench with your host, Brooke, aka Shiggy, and my co-host, Brooke.
What's up, y'all?
And Megan.
Future co-host.
Future co-host. I should just say hosts with your hosts. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'll just say hosts.
You made the
when do I stop becoming a guest?
Okay, you guys can be co-hosts.
Honestly, you do all the work, so I have no problem being a co-host.
Okay. Well, Megan, you also be
plus Megan.
Yeah, we have to incorporate you somehow. I don't know. We'll brainstorm. We'll brainstorm that idea. But okay. Hit that subscribe button. We got one new subscriber as of tonight. October 4th, Wednesday. Boom, beautiful. 100 subscriber giveaway. Halfway there. We're over halfway there. So
that should be like confetti flying. We're partying. We should have put like party hats on.
Pew, 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 pew.
Like we are under a year and hit 50. That's pretty good.
Come on now. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
But okay, we have a lot to go over. I feel like a lot has happened in the last week since we last talked. But I just want to put it out there. Any rants of the day? This is open now. We're all open to rants now. So any person on the pod have anything they want to get off their chest? Megan?
Megan, that one's for you.
Nope, I'm good.
You're good? Okay. Boring. Okay, so let's get into it. So obviously the Rookie of the Year was named Aaliyah Boston. We all knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Aaliyah. She was the first unanimous Rookie of the Year since who? Asia Wilson, baby. Come on now. And then obviously she was the second Rookie of the Year for the Indiana Fever.
Who was Rookie of the Year last year?
Stop. I know it. Who was Rookie of the Year last year? I know it. This is going to make me mad.
Because it wasn't Sabrina. She was 20. She entered 2020.
This is really going to make me mad. Hold on.
Who was Rookie?
Megan, why don't you know this? Ryan Howard, duh. Oh my god, I feel so stupid now. Yeah. Woo! You know, people, it's late. Okay? It's
late.
Okay, so the all-rookie team was Aaliyah Boston, Jordan Horston, Dorka Juhas, Diamond Miller, and Li Meng. Honestly, I'm not surprised, Li Meng. I know our subscriber Janice, she did put in the comments to look out for Li Meng, so I'm not really surprised. What about you guys though? Because I know we said a bunch of different names.
I was surprised, like I just told you guys, because I didn't even know she was a rookie technically. So
yeah,
I think that was why I was more shocked versus her actually being named to the team, was that she was a rookie. I was like, I thought she had been in the league for like 2 years, 3 years. So that's my bad.
I think it benefited that, she was on a team dealing with a lot of injuries, so she got to play a lot of minutes.
That is true. I was going to mention that. Yeah, she got to fill in pretty quickly.
That probably played a big part.
Yeah. But congrats to them. They all had really good seasons. They're all going to be really good, going into year 2. So I'm excited for that. Another thing, WNBA expansion. I mean, by the time this is released, though, they'll already name the cities, but we already know the Bay Area, baby.
Listen, I'm like so scared to get my hopes up because if they don't announce that it's the Bay, I'm gonna cry.
I know. I mean, I think everyone knows it's the Bay Area. Everyone is leaking Bay Area, Oakland, San Francisco, even yada yada.
Bay Area news outlets are, but it honestly still makes me nervous that they're gonna throw a curveball and be like Boston or like Toronto.
Oh, that would kill us. Because I don't know how long we've been waiting for this. We're all
just rip, honestly, at that point. I don't think I'd be able to do the podcast anymore.
Because of the
yeah, like I don't think I'd be able to like
the Warriors upper management though is fighting for it. They want
but that's good.
There, so
that's what other NBA franchises need to do. They just if you know what? If you have an NBA team, you have to have a WNBA team.
Yeah.
That would be kind of dope. That should be something that they should think about in the future, honestly.
That means there'd be 2 LA teams. I mean, Phoenix would be together. Mm-hmm. That means a pro basketball wouldn't have to go, or men's basketball would have to go to Vegas.
That'd be dope.
The Indiana teams do play at the same stadium, I believe.
Yes.
We should, that would be a good idea, is to talk about like the maps and where everybody's at and playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what are they going to do? Because some people are saying that, well, by the time this comes out, we'll know where they're going to be at. But I'm thinking, what if they only add the Bay Area? What if they don't add another team? What if they weren't able to? I think it's only
one expansion team, but it's an expansion team into 2026. 2025.
2025.
So
because
by that time, then maybe they'll add 2 more for 2026.
Yeah, it's just going to be lopsided, the conferences. So what are they going to do? That's what I'm curious about. So many questions. They better be answered because on October 5th, they're supposed to be announcing it. So we'll see. Hopefully there is another team,
ideally,
city.
We hope they bring 2.
Yeah, ideally. But who knows? I'm thinking Toronto. I've been saying I think it's going to be Toronto and the Bay. But
can't wait to be a season ticket holder.
Yeah. Us 3.
It's going to be lit. My mom said she's going to be one too. So we're just going to all be up in there.
It's going to be the Shigematsu family, Megan and Brooke.
A whole row. The whole row.
No, we're going to get a block.
They're going to know us.
Yeah. We're going to be up in there.
We won't be one row. We'll block so we're like in numbers, you know?
That's beautiful. Yeah. I love the idea. I was like, this is great. We could pass this on for generations. That's what I'm thinking.
We'll be founder rates. Dude, come on.
We're in there. They're going to, it's a wrap. Okay. Thank you, WNBA. Hopefully you bring one to the Bay. Okay, a couple other things I wanted to mention, which I thought was cool. So USA basketball, women's basketball, will be playing 2 exhibition games, one against Tennessee and one against Duke. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be dope. So on November 5th and November 12th. So next month, that's going to be cool to see, actually.
I'm surprised they didn't try to grab South Carolina and I guess South Carolina, they're going to overseas though, right?
Are they?
Yeah, isn't there opener in England or something?
Oh, yeah. Some are going to and then some are going to Hawaii. Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's probably why
I'm surprised they didn't, but yeah, I mean, Tennessee's a good team. Duke was on the rise a little bit, so we'll see.
Yeah. I'm liking both those teams. So
I'm excited for college basketball. I don't know about
Oh my god, I'm hyped. It's gonna be a crazy season.
Year.
It's gonna be fun. And then Noelle Quinn signed a contract extension with Seattle. And then actually, I didn't know, I just saw this today. Dearica Hamby filed another complaint against the WNBA and Las Vegas as of last week. She basically said that they didn't investigate properly and that the Aces traded her, the allegation they traded her because she was pregnant. So in the complaint, it actually said that this was part of the conversation. So Hamby asked Becky and was like, so you're trading me because I'm pregnant? And Becky supposedly responded, what do you want me to do? Like that. I was like, I mean, but everything's he said, she said. I mean, well, she said, what we don't know really what's going on. I don't know what to think of the situation anymore, honestly. I mean, it does look like it got kind of swept under the rug. I mean, we didn't really hear about it after it was talked about at the beginning of the season after she got traded.
Well, she got suspended.
Well, she did get suspended, yeah.
They took away draft picks from the Aces.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, stuff happened, but so what? They're saying that the consequences that happened weren't because of the fact that she got
I'm thinking she wanted more.
I
think she wanted more accountability held. It's just saying, the brief statement was that she basically said the WNBA failed to properly investigate. So maybe she wanted a little bit more. I don't know.
I'm just curious of what more does she want,
That's also hard to believe when Kelsey Plum is head of whatever that group is and is on that team and was basically right there involved with it. So it's pretty hard to realize that.
Yeah, but she doesn't. She wasn't there for the behind the closed door conversation.
Yeah.
But you just never know.
It's curious. I thought this was kind of behind us, but I guess it's not. I mean, I think it'd have been worse if they would have cut her. And it's not like they didn't sign. They signed Candace Parker. I mean, when they traded her, I was kind of like, oh, that's a little weird. Who they gonna bring in? And then a couple days later, they said we're sending Candace Parker, and I said, okay, now I see why. I didn't even think about the pregnancy. That I wasn't even thinking about that. So I mean, obviously, we don't know everything,
and that's what I think too. I think it comes down to that. It's whether she was pregnant or not, I think she still would have been traded.
Yeah.
But, I
mean, we'll find out how it plays out.
Those comments weren't made. I've always been a Becky Hammond fan.
Oh, we know. Megan's a Becky truther.
She's also crazy though, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep, me too.
I do like Becky, and I think she's done great things as a player and as a coach, but also she's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, last thing before we get into fantasy awards. I know we've been saying fantasy awards. We're going to bring it back to fantasy. I wanted to get all our predictions out there before they were released. But our last prediction, it's going to be the finals prediction. I think it's going to be lopsided because you guys all know we're Aces fans, except Megan. But this is going to be the most stressful final. This is going to be more stressful than I think the Seattle-Vegas semifinal.
Mm-hmm.
That was stressful. Like, oh my God. I could still replay the games in my head and how stressed I was. Now, this final, I might cry. Not even gonna lie to you.
You said Aces versus Seattle?
That semifinal matchup that we
Yeah.
watched, that was stressful. But I think this is going to be more stressful. Don't you think? This finals game? Obviously, I think it's going to go all 5 games, and I think the Aces are going to win, even though everyone's already counting them out. I
read that.
I think they're going to win.
The most popular thing being said right now is that, the Liberty had a harder path to get here than the Aces supposedly did. And they think that is help them prepare for the Aces. What do you guys think about that?
I would say that the Aces beat all those teams as well during the regular season. I mean, yeah,
I will say that I expected more from Dallas.
15 other teams that they played. They all played the same team.
I mean, I did expect more
the route
from Dallas.
The playoff route.
I did expect more from Dallas. But I mean, that's what you get for being number 2 seed. You get the harder path. So yeah, they got the harder path. Sure, they're battle tested. And I'm sure the Aces have learned from their regular season mistakes. Like, it's Becky Hammon. Like, are we really going to discredit what Becky has done? Yeah, I get mad at Becky all the time. Like, let's be for real. Sometimes I'm like, girl, what are you doing? But she took them to the finals and won her first year of coaching. Like, she didn't do that on accident. Obviously, New York is stacked. There's going to be a lot of variables. Obviously, our depth stinks. We know that. We know that as fans, our depth is not great, okay? But it's really going to come down to Alicia Clark and Kia Stokes. If they can come out and give their best, I think we'll be fine. And for them, it's honestly going to be Jonquel Jones. I hate to say it, but Jonquel is their X factor. Because really, we're going to have to put Kia against Jonquel. Come on now, that's not fair. And it stresses me out thinking about it because, like, if we don't frustrate Jonquel and she's on it and she's hitting her stupid threes that she makes, I mean, she's a big body. Like, yeah, Asia can lock her down sometimes, but Asia probably is going to be on Brianna. Like, there's a lot of weapons on New York. So it's stressing me out thinking about it. Like, let's be honest.
I think, like, New York is finally gelling. And people are seeing, like, the positive of that. And, like, because they weren't gelling. Like, it was Sabrina and Stewart, and, like, that was it. Like, Jonquel was in and out. And then Benijah wasn't, consistent. But I think if Benijah is also on for the final, then, like, New York has the upper hand. Because now the Aces had to get battle tested with Candace gone.
Yeah.
And, like, go back to their core roots that they were last year, which helps. Yeah. But if Kia is not going to be aggressive, are screwed.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned the Candace thing because there was an adjustment period with adding Candace. Then there's a period with deleting Candace. And then trying to figure out who on our bench is really going to step up to fill what we thought we were going to have with Candace, which, I mean, you're not going to fill Candace Parker's shoes. Let's be for real. So it's kind of like, that's why I hate when people call the Las Vegas Aces a super team. Okay, maybe when we added Kansas, you could put us as a super team, but also Candace Parker is 36 years old, 35 years old. I don't know. An older superstar. She wasn't going to have to do a lot on the Aces, but it's like, you can call New York a super team because they acquired everyone through free agency. That's what you call a super team, is when you get people from free agency and you put them all on a team and then that's how you stack your team. So I see why New York's called a super team. And
I'm calling it right now that Asia didn't get MVP because they didn't want the Aces to have 3 awards this year.
No, I don't think they wanted her to go back to back, honestly.
No.
And it's like, it's just so much you can go into, honestly. And it's just like, I think we're underdogs. I don't know why we're favorites, honestly.
I low-key do too.
Yeah, we're underdogs, and I think, yes, we are the defending champs, but I think we're underdogs. But I think we're gonna win. And because you know why? Experience. I know Brianna Stewart has experience, but Sabrina doesn't. Does Benijah have experience? I don't know. I don't remember. She's been in the league a while. So. John Quayle. Oh, I think John Quayle won. Yeah, never mind. Mm-hmm. But then John Quayle lost last year. No, it's gonna be stressful. I still have Las Vegas 5. I don't care. Sue me. What do you guys think?
I think it's gonna go all 5. I hope it goes all 5. It'll be very stressful, but I hope it does.
Yeah, don't get sweat, Vegas. Don't even go in 4. If you go in 4, Vegas, oh my God, that's a gentleman sweep. If you're gonna lose, that's a gentleman sweep. Yeah, lose in 5, please. A gentlewoman sweep. Don't do that. Do not lose.
This is gonna be a great final. That's all I gotta say.
So, Megan, are you taking New York? Is that what you're kind of saying?
Nah.
Oh, you're really. I want to know why you're going to side with Vegas, because I want everyone to know Megan's not a Las Vegas fan, okay? She just likes Becky Hammon. So I want to know why you think Las Vegas over New York.
Because, like, I just think that there's ways to beat New York, if they can get John Cole in foul trouble.
Yeah.
If they can just stop Sabrina from shooting the 3, they have a great chance. I mean, I'm just looking at matchups, like I'm just breaking down the starting 5 and matching them up. Mm-hmm. Chelsea Gray is going to cook Courtney Vandersloot.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
I could cook Courtney Vandersloot.
Jackie, she just has to play the best D.
I know.
On Sabrina. Sabrina's D isn't the best. So I think Jackie can have the upper hand. It's really going to be the post, and it's going to be stopping the other factors of Benijah and what's her name off the bench that shoots the 3. Why I can't think.
Marina Johannes.
Yeah. It's going to be stopping them because everyone else off the bench really isn't factors. Kayla Thornton, she might hit a 3 or 2, but no, like, so it's really going to be just them 2. Benijah's been popping off, especially in that series against Connecticut.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's going to be a Kelsey Plum, because, I just feel like you have to put Jackie on Sabrina. I think she's the stronger defender.
I know.
She's younger.
But you can't
you gotta help Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum has to be on.
Plum has to be on Vandersloot.
3-point presence.
No.
But I'm talking about offensively. She has to be, she has to hit.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Yeah, that's true.
Plum on Sabrina, because when she's not on offensively, she still gets the job done defensively. Like, she doesn't let it affect her. And I feel they would trash talk each other. They might fight, literally, because they both trash talk. But
yeah. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. It's going to be hard. But you're right. Our shooters have to be hitting because all New York's going to do is focus on Asia. And
it can't be all on Asia. It has to be establish the inside game first with her, like try to get it to her in the beginning and then just kick it out. But
because you know what I'm worried about is when the stupid Liberty went into their zone and it killed us because they were just clogging the paint for Asia and Asia couldn't get the ball and our shooters weren't hitting, so zone was working.
They did it to Connecticut, and the only reason Connecticut got those games where they were hitting the 3.
Yeah. Yes.
Bonner was killing it out of nowhere.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Rebecca Allen was hitting. Tiffany Hayes was hitting.
Yeah, you're right.
So I mean,
it's a lot to think about. We're gonna review the games. Don't worry. We'll go over that. We're just pre-stressing out because now I'm thinking about it. We're done. But let's off to the new segment.
I'm stressed. I'm excited.
Well, you're not really like a fan of really.
I'm not. I'm not. So, but I do think that I would like to see a back-to-back.
Me too, because it'd be the first time in like years, decades.
And then I don't have to hear you two.
Yeah, because I'll be. Whew, don't even be around me if we lose. Oh my God. It's not fun. Okay, over to the fantasy awards. So obviously we all played fantasy women's basketball. That's how we started this podcast. we sent a poll to our league mates and even on social media, and we have a couple categories. So we're just going to go through them because I thought it was hilarious because we almost all had the same opinion. So the first category was most stressful fantasy player to watch. Some of the options we all threw out there were Courtney Vandersloot, Jonquel Jones, Natisha Heidman, and Tiffany Hayes. And then some other honorable mentions were Diana Taurasi, Tierra McCowan, and why'd I put Jonquel twice? Sorry, because she stressed me out, let me tell you.
Low-key, though, Heidman, when I was watching them play, was it last week? I was like, she's very stressful to watch. Like, she should have won this category.
Yeah. But the winner from, our polls was Jonquel Jones. I think this had to do more with her beginning of the season because, oh my God, I was like, girl, what happened? But she was hurt.
Consistency thing with her, man.
Yeah, that is true. Especially when she be getting mad. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, over to the second one was the fantasy player that you thought wouldn't be good but ended up doing well. So we have Azrae Stevens, Brittany Sykes, Alicia Gray, and then also Dorka and Kayla McBride. I thought this winner was obvious. We kind of had a little bit of split, but the majority was Brittany Sykes. I thought Brittany Sykes, just blew up this season. I thought she had a great season. So it was really, surprising that she did well. And I'm pretty sure, Brooke, you got her in, the last round of our fantasy draft. And I was like, congratulations. That was great. Let
me do this one.
Okay, you go.
All right. Player you would never draft again. Okay. Here's our options: Jonquel Jones, Ariel Powers, Diana Taurasi, and Kayla McBride.
Why you gotta do my girl dirty like this?
Never again.
Diana,
love you. You're one of the greats.
Don't worry.
Absolutely not.
I'll draft you number 1 next year.
No,
you won't.
You had the option to do it this time.
That's hecka funny.
I'm
yeah.
not stupid.
Talk about
there
someone that
fantasy player that what is it? What'd you put? Most stressful fantasy player to watch? Most stressful fantasy player to manage.
Yeah. Diana. That's facts. Honestly, I thought Ariel Powers should have won next because absolutely not. That was everyone had high expectations and she didn't play at all.
If she goes to a different team,
we'll see.
Different.
I'd have to see her play.
Was put our starting who we drafted and who we ended up with.
Ooh, yeah, that'd have been good. Okay, yeah. We're gonna jot that down. That's a good one.
Janice, jot that down for us, please.
All right, over to our best waiver wire pickup. This was pretty hard. I mean, it wasn't pretty hard. We had Jordan Canada, Alana Smith, Sammy Whitcomb, Elizabeth Williams.
Oh, that was hard.
Yeah, I thought they were all good because I picked up Alana Smith and she helped me out a lot. But obviously that was personal. But Jordan Canada obviously won in our group. She did the best out of all these picks. And you guys are probably like, why was Jordan Canada on your waiver wire? Well, I don't know. Probably because Megan drafted Arrow Powers over her. No, honestly. Next one.
And that's why she got second.
Wow,
exactly.
No.
Over to the fifth one. Who is your fantasy sleeper? Someone who has been doing well all season but never got the credit. So we had Courtney Vandersloot, Benijah Laney, Brittany Sykes, Ezzie Maglagore, and then a couple others: Alana Smith, Erica Wheeler, Mariah Jefferson, and Dearica Hamby. For us, Benijah won. I feel like Benijah was pretty consistent, and I just want to say at the beginning of fantasy, I said this was going to happen. So I'm glad it's continuing through playoffs, but you can simmer down for finals. Thank you, Benijah.
Strong contender.
Yeah. Over to the sixth one. Who was the steal of the draft? This one was hard. We had Brittany Sykes, Satu Sabali, and Cheyenne Parker. For us, Brittany Sykes and Satu tied. They were both in our draft so late. They were drafted so late in our drafts. So that was understandable. The next one, who was the fantasy bust this year? We had Ariel Powers, Ariel Atkins, and Candace Parker. Megan, do you want to announce the winner for that category?
I tried, okay. So I drafted Ariel. I
Just
kept
tell me
her
who it was.
solid 2 weeks.
Just
hoping,
stop.
praying.
No. It was Ariel Powers was the bust, okay? No, absolutely not. And the last one, Who was the fantasy MVP? We had Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Jewel Lloyd, and Nafisa Collier. Well, congratulations, Brianna Stewart. You're a 2-time double MVP this year because we all selected Brianna Stewart. She did do the best in fantasy. We can't deny that.
The thing is fantasy and real life are very different.
Yeah, that is facts. Any fantasy football,
different.
You know what's crazy? Any fantasy football player will tell you that. Brianna Stewart's not the worst, but sometimes the worst person is actually pretty good on fantasy than they are in real life. So, but Brianna Stewart, you're great. We know. Okay. All right, but that concludes it. We wanted to give you a little fantasy award segment. I know all the other stuff took a lot of the episode, but it's a lot to talk about.
On tangents, okay, everybody.
Yeah.
I gotta keep going.
On Sunday, October 8th, first finals game. First of all, I don't know why they keep putting games on Sundays when they have to compete with football. Like, make it a separate day. You're
like
setting
middle of the day too.
Yeah, you're setting it up for failure. Like, I know there were still a lot of views I heard, but like
I just don't know why they didn't start on Friday.
Yeah. Put it on a Friday, a Tuesday,
Friday night,
a Wednesday. Nothing's on those days. I'm bored. Put it on those days when I can watch. But obviously tune in. We'll have our reactions to that game 1 and probably game 2 by the time we record again. But wish our aces good luck. No, I'm just slang. Let us know who you guys want to win and tell us your predictions. I'm sure we'll have a lot of New York winners, but it's okay. I don't blame you. But thank you guys. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. 100 subscriber giveaway. And we'll be back next week with more videos. Peace out.
Bye, y'all.